We're here because Lyft chose profit over people. I'm going to say that one more time. We're here today because Lyft chose profit over people. Brandon was robbed and killed on January 26, 2020. His drivers and Lyft failed to implement policies that they already had in place that would have prevented this murder. On the day before Brandon was killed, on January 25th, an unverified account, Jimmy Smith, was activated. It was set up with an untraceable payment method.
Probably no picture. Brand new, so I don't expect it to be any pictures. But this is how much Lyft cares about their drivers. They don't care if the passenger doesn't have a real name. The passenger can be named anything. And Lyft doesn't care who you pick up. Honestly, they always send drivers underage teenagers and expect us to do a lot. It's unfortunate that, Brandon lost his life trying to feed his family, trying to live, trying to survive out here where a company doesn't even pay people like Brandon enough money to survive. And yet you send him a passenger that's not even verified. How dare you, Lyft? You guys don't even pay people like Brandon enough to be out here driving and not making the money that they need, and then ending their life with passengers that are not even verified. Like, what? You guys are not providing safety, so now all these drivers are being murdered. And it's unfortunate because nobody deserves to lose their life trying to feed their family.
Lyft had the responsibility to verify these accounts. They also had the ability and responsibility to warn Brandon. Actually, an hour before Brandon was killed, there was another Lyft driver that was robbed at gunpoint.
Lyft, you have blood on your hands. And not just blood, but this is not looking good for you at all. How dare you continue to let drivers not be safe? You are letting passengers be named whatever. Put whatever for their name in any type of picture. It's ridiculous. You got people ordering lifts for passengers and you don't even know this passenger. And a lot of these passengers are robbing and killing people. But Lyft won't even talk about it. They won't even address it. This is so sick and corrupt. Something must be done.
It was actually the same juveniles that killed Brandon. Lyft knew that the prior ride had not been completed, but yet still allowed this unverified, untraceable account to call Brandon to this area.
It's disturbing. This is what I'm talking about. You're letting people, anybody, become a passenger, and you're not making sure that drivers are safe. These passengers are murdering them and you don't care.
Brandon responded, he was robbed and killed.
The blood of my son is on Lyft's hands. The only thing they didn't do was pull the trigger. They failed to protect him, and now we have to go on without him because of that.
Their practices allowed for riders to use it as a tool, to use Lyft as a tool to take his life, to make it convenient for them to do so.
To be assassinated later. Brandon receives not his mother, not his spouse. Brandon receives an email that says, "Hi Brandon," from Lyft, that says, "Hi Brandon, my name is Barry and I'm reaching out from Lyft safety team. I just tried calling you a few minutes ago but wasn't able to reach you. We received a concerning report regarding a few cancellations that have been taking place earlier this morning and wanted to reach out to make sure that you are okay. Please let us know if there's anything we can do to assist you, and there's a telephone number.
12 hours. 12 hours it took you to check on your driver, to make sure that he's safe, but not even make sure that he's safe. You bringing up cancellations while your driver was murdered by a passenger 12 hours ago. How sick can you be, Lyft? This is how much you care about your drivers. This could be any driver, and this has been many drivers, and it's ridiculous.
And their vehicle stolen in the same area. That was at 2:12 in the afternoon. Here at 5:13 in the afternoon, they sent another message to Brandon. I'm following up on an incident that occurred. I want to say I'm truly sorry to hear about what happened during your recent ride. I am here to help with this process however we can. I've sent this information to our insurance provider, and adjuster will be in contact with you within 2 business days. So when you think about this, they knew that an incident had occurred from a previous driver who already had been held at gunpoint and their vehicle stolen.
Shame on you, Lyft. Shame on you. You're disgusting. You already knew that one of your local drivers in that area was already robbed at gunpoint and had his vehicle stolen, and you still let that same account, unverified, order a new driver, which so happened to unfortunately be Brandon. And they murdered him. And you waited 12 hours to check, but not even check on him. And even bring up cancellations. And then you wait until 5:30 to send another email. And you didn't even care in neither.
In the same area. Lyft must be held accountable. We collectively will hold Lyft accountable.
I mean, these were juveniles. You're not supposed to have a Lyft account unless you're 18 years old. So clearly they didn't do what they were supposed to do to even verify that these individuals were eligible to even call a Lyft driver. We know that there are other cases that have been pending, that are pending, and we believe that these cases are necessary until Lyft changes their policies or enacts new policies to prevent this from happening. They have all the technology. They could have very easily disabled this account. They could have very easily prevented these juveniles from calling Brandon to the scene. They did nothing. Their failure is why he's not alive.
To notify individuals who are in the area, they have a database, who are in the area, who are Lyft drivers, to notify them of this particular incident that had just occurred from an unauthorized user of an account.
In addition to, Lyft doesn't allow their drivers to protect themselves. They have policies in place where they are not to record any of the riders. They have policies in place where they are not to carry firearms or carry any type of protective equipment during the ride. So, without them doing their job, he was a sitting duck.
Took everything from us.
All right, that's all. Thank you.
Again, rest in peace to Brandon Cooper. You didn't deserve to lose your life, and I am so sorry that Lyft failed you, and not just you, but many other people. And this should not be allowed to go on. I hope that you get the proper justice that you deserve, and I hope that Lyft does what they are supposed to do, which I doubt, but I hope that this is the process of them being a better company, paying their drivers what they deserve, making sure that their drivers are safe, making sure that unverified accounts cannot be on Lyft or Uber, making sure that people can make it home safely without losing their life. Rest in peace again, and I'm so sorry to your family. May God bless them, and I'm sorry again that Lyft failed you. This is so sad. Like I said, this could be anybody. This is an example that Lyft only looks at their drivers as a number. They don't even pay them enough to even lose their life. Shame on you, Lyft.